Hello guys, and welcome to episode 25 of my Ymir multiplayer series. So, again, it's been 24 hours since the last episode, but as usual, lots has changed. Well, not necessarily lots of new content, but improvements is what I'd say. So in terms of new content, we've got water reservoirs. So we now have the wash house, which I spoke about quite heavily last episode, I remember. The laundry service. What I've actually done is unlock that and then got the civ point in not taverns in laundry here, 5 health and consumption, so it's almost as impactful as getting herbalism doctors. So I've got that, and I've actually, because it uses, as I said in the last episode, it uses axes. It does use stone blocks though, but I seem to be the only person on the server selling stone blocks and actually making a nice little profit on it as well on the side. It's not only me, I'm getting all the stone blocks to use myself to make all those wash houses. I'm stocking them up, and I'm the first to sell them, and I'm getting quite a lot at 3.6 per tick. I'm not being sarcastic, that is actually quite a lot. As I showed last episode, it was about 0.5 per stone cutter. So that's changed. We've got the wash houses, and look at the growth, guys. We're a little bit under because obviously we're not fully providing food because it's grown, but we've got 264 workers here in Rocktown. We're going to get another 40 with another 200 people. Rocktown is almost as big as our capital, and it's going to go bigger than our capital. But Castel, because of all the wash houses, is also growing. So 1,200 people, and it's going to go up to almost 1,400 people with 23 new jobs, which is absolutely perfect, guys. Because while I have 5 unemployed people there, and I also have a lot of people working in more useless jobs like mud mining and mud brick making. Because again, look how many mud bricks we've got. We've got 400 mud bricks. So actually, I think I can actually stop making mud bricks in general now, because it's actually probably becoming more like cost ineffective to buy them in, because what do we actually need them for? Like, yes, I still need mud bricks in Rocktown, but not 400 mud bricks. Oh, actually, no. I think, let me quickly check. I'm pretty sure the next level of housing upgrade does use mud bricks. I think it uses 2 mud bricks. So actually, I'm wrong. They will also be useful, because not only do we need mud bricks to make all the level 2 houses in Rooktown, but if I then want to upgrade to level 2 large houses, which isn't a major upgrade, as I've said before, the upgrade from level 1 houses to level 2 houses is huge, but not as big from level 2 houses to level 2 large houses, but still much better than nothing. I think that is mud bricks. Yes, 2 mud bricks. So actually, no, I will start making mud bricks again. We've got the workers for it. We're literally we've got 18 unemployed people, or sorry, 5 unemployed people, 6 now. So yeah, we can afford to have people working on mud bricks. So we'll get that. But what I'm saying is, once we need to, we can get rid of those jobs, because they're not like important jobs. But look at the wealth, guys. 1,270 wealth. And that is with 28 officials siphoning off wealth, and the 8 oligarchs siphoning off wealth. We're still at 1,200. And by goodness, look at our score. 5,030 score, which puts us in 11th place. We've overtaken the other solo nation here. And actually, we're one of the biggest solo nations on the server. So again, like I said last episode, this is not including people who are individuals in nations. For example, Cario up here, who's on about almost 7,000 score solo. But he's in a nation, so that's why his total score is 17. I'm talking about all the players who aren't in nations. I think the only other one is Draken up here with 7,000 score on his own. But we're one of the biggest solo nations. So yeah, that is a nice achievement to hit. And actually, I'm not done yet. I haven't built any new tanneries here. No new butchers. That's just gone up because of me getting more population growth. So once I actually fully get more buffalo, because I've got 7 here, which is ticking over my internal trade to buy in buffalo. You can see here, I bought in, 34 buffalo in the last 3 days. Just because I'm over consuming buffalo here. But once we actually set up the 2 new countrysides on the Castalian mountain range, we'll get about 8 buffalo per tick. I can, get all of these butchers upgraded and probably still some more butchers. That's going to be all that wealth, all the tanneries in the world you can think of. That's going to be here. So I'm going to need a lot of jobs, probably 40, 50 jobs for all of that, which is why getting 20 more people in here. We've got 6 unemployed and all the mud miners. Brilliant. We'll just move them straight into that. Speaking of other stuff, so we've got the water reservoirs, we've got sewers, we've got mining tools. So with mining tools, I've upgraded all my mines here. And so actually 3 mines just about covers it. We have about one left. Actually, it's gone down. It's now only 0.5, so it was at about 0.9 before, but it's gone down. The reason it's gone down is, where is it? Economy. I've got rid of forced labor. So I finally did it, even though I haven't got taxes yet, guys. I've gone and got rid of forced labor. So I was only about 190 coins. Obviously, I'm no longer only 190. But look at the trade balance. Because of all that extra wealth, that 10% push in wealth from losing forced labor's last 10%, from the fact that my populations are growing, so there's more demand in general, all of the factors considered, the trade balance is through the roof, 570. So actually, we're making about the same amount of money as we were with forced labor. Now we've got 10% more score. We're producing 10% more goods, which means, for example, all my shovel makers and axe makers, I get more axes per turn, so I can grow quicker. I export more on the markets, because obviously I'm making more leather clothes, so I can export more. So it's just absolutely brilliant, guys. So I've now got rid of forced labor, and I'm fully relying on just importing goods and trading those goods, or selling goods that we produce ourselves, such as lettuce and chickpeas, to the market. So because of losing forced labor there, I've also lost delegated forced labor as a policy there. So my legitimacy went down by 10, and yet it's still at 72, which just shows how massive these oligarchs' wealth is pushing up their legitimacy. So I've got loads of loyalty, because obviously with 10% more efficiency, the palace produces more state governance. So look at that, 104 state governance now. The town hall produces more administration. So that's why we're in such comfortable administrative position. So getting rid of forced labor really, really was useful. Everything produces more. We're now able to supply more doctoring and more, like I said, more leather clothes and butchering per unit. Everything is brilliant. One thing I haven't done yet, though, is I've gone to all my countrysides and made sure all my countrysides are producing more farm goods, but I haven't done that here in Castell because really we just don't have enough space. The only way I could do that is by demolishing the trees, and I still am relying on the wood they bring in. Which you can see here, we've actually run out of wood. Oh my goodness! So the charcoal burners actually aren't doing anything. Yeah, we really need the wood, so I can't chop down those trees yet. So it is a shame the buildings aren't working out full efficiency. This one's at 78%. But what I think I could do is actually just delete one, and because each one's got about 10% to 20% capacity. By deleting one, I can just spread its fields out to all of the rest. Just save me 3 jobs, but hey, it's better than nothing. But for now, I'm not bothered about doing that. That's only a very minor thing because we're already earning 27 lettuce, 32 chickpeas. The market's pretty saturated for both. I couldn't really be bothered about getting an extra 3 chickpeas or saving 3 workers. It's not really my biggest concern at the moment, guys. Getting housing is, look, we are getting some slums now. So I can delete this chickpeas, but actually this one's actually running at 78% now, so by deleting the chickpeas, we are going to get less. I'll delete a little bit. To be honest, it produces such a small amount of food anyway, at 4.8. I'm not too fast. I could just get rid of all this chickpeas and just have this as an extra extension of my town, but I need to have a think. I'll leave it for now. We've got 4 more houses to get rid of some of these slums, but we will need more houses soon. In terms of other things, shovels, we've got so many shovels. Actually, I'm at a point now where I'm thinking, what do I actually do with these shovels? Like, do I actually start upgrading our houses? The mud bricks we've got absolutely tons of. We've got loads of planks, loads of stone. Actually, we've got loads of shovels now as well, 170 shovels. In fact, we've got more shovels than axes, and I'm finding that I'm running out of axes. We also obviously got all the techs I wanted that use all these shovels, all the ones here. Other techs we have got, guys, we've got carpet making, but again, irrelevant to me. I couldn't care less about making carpets. I don't have any textiles. I don't have any cotton, wool, flax, so I can't make any textiles even though I wanted to. There's none on the markets either. So why the hell would it be useful for me to go to carpet making? I could buy in the carpets and get a point of consumption in carpets, but production is irrelevant to me. Battle axes is one I would like to go down, but I also want to go down hats of metal as well, so I'll probably go hats of metal first. But battle axes, as far as apart from the wolf and bear units, because the wolf is an offensive unit, the bear is a defensive unit. I think all that means in Ymir terms is defensive unit has really good defensive stats, so it's good at holding the line, I believe. Whereas offensive units have really good attacking stats, so they will rip into your usual units or destroy archers or break down walls better. So battle axe, apart from the wolf and bear unit I just said, battle axe porcos are your first proper offensive porco that you can get. So battle axe is something I would want, but not high priority, because if I was ever going to get attacked, I feel just raising loads of spear pigs would be my strategy, not getting battle axe pigs. But saying that, it's still a useful one. But hats of metal is needed for spear pigs, which is why I'd rather get that one. So that one is there. We've got furniture making as well. Same thing as with puppet making, not as extreme. We can get a tiny bit of wood in, and there is actually wood on the market, but for quite expensive prices. And because I'm relying on the market, as you can see here, which is just said, it's like not crashed, but it's now extreme amounts of demand, extremely unreliable and volatile. So furniture making is not it. Again, just like with rugs, I would buy them in though, but they're not a high priority one for me because actually they only replace furnishings. So furnishing is only 2 life quality, and pottery is really cheap and really easy to get. So all that's going to happen is, yes, I will sell for high profit margins. Also not high profit margins, but better proportion of the price. Because for example, when I buy in pottery, I buy it in for 2.5 coins, and then I sell it for 3.5 coins. So I only make 1 coin per unit. Whereas if I buy in rugs for, let's say, 5 coins, I might be able to sell them for 8 coins. So I actually do make more coins per rug, but they do cost more to buy in, but that's irrelevant. I'm making more coins per rug. But it will obviously decrease my pottery demand. Looking at that though, we've got a huge price arbitrage pushing our prices down. So even though we've got a little bit of supply and demand here from undersupplying, the price arbitrage is pushing the price down so heavily that really if we increase, our price will still stay the same. So I do need to increase pottery here. We go to 5. Let's just double check my theory. So we are supposed to increase to 4.7. We'll probably only go down to about like 4.5, 4.4. Which shows actually, yeah, our prices are extremely high in Castell. And actually other nations nearby, prices are a lot lower. And so they're really, really pushing us down, because 3.2 price arbitrage on pottery, that's almost the whole price of pottery. That's what we're being pushed down. You can see without price arbitrage, our price must be 8 coins for pottery. It is crazy. Some of these other things, they are actually quite cheap here in Castell because I supply quite a lot. In Rocktown, I've driven up my prices quite high, quite a lot of goods. But you can see here, yeah, they're all pretty cheap. So in terms of what I want to do now, I want to hit my boom with the leather clothes and butchering, because all my 3 countrysides in Rocktown have all now fully been filled up with the buffalo, and I'm producing 7.3 excess buffalo per tick, 12 buffalo in total, and that's just with one countryside that has 3 pastures. The other countryside has just 1 pasture, and then my capital has 1 pasture, and I get 12. Here I've got 4 pastures, and I get in 7.3. If I get both these mountain tiles only producing buffalo, wow, it's gonna be, it might actually be overkill, guys. It might be so overkill, but even then, I don't think it will be, because remember, if I drive my price down using my supply to 2.6 coins or 2 coin wholesale price, and then I set a new price at 2.2 coins, I'm obviously going to undercut everybody, which means all my buy orders, or my sell orders, sorry, are hit first. Every single buy order is going to hit my sell order first, because I've undercut everybody. But if I'm producing 300 leather clothes per tick, I can maintain my selling position of, let's say, again, 2.2 coins. And so every single buy order is going to hit it, but because I've got just producing an obscene amount, I'm going to always maintain my buying position of 2.2, and everyone above me is never going to be able to get any sales in. So really, it's never unprofitable. It only become unprofitable if I produced more leather clothes than there was entire demand on the market. Because I know I'm the first seller because I got the lowest price. So if I was, let's say, producing 500 leather clothes per tick, and in the whole server of everyone buying leather clothes, they wanted 400, well, obviously I'm going to do 100 over. I physically can't sell any more units because no one else is buying them. But I'm not going to hit that point. So basically, I could undercut everybody and maintain an undercutting position. And that would be pretty nasty, because I have a bunch of angry people who are going to probably try and invade me because I've undercut them and they've lost all their business. Think of it as like China undercutting loads of European nations on steel and more cheap product. Well, still not trying to say steel's cheap, but other cheap products that those nations just went out of business when it came to those things. Like I know, for example, British Steel went out of business just because it couldn't compete with Chinese prices. I'm basically China, maybe minus a few of the questionable things China does, but in terms of their economic situation. So that is what I want to achieve first in Rocktown, because like I said, I've got all my my pasture set up. So I don't want to set up all my butchers, because I could set up 7 or about 6 butchers to get all of this buffalo. And as I've said, 6 butchers is about 14 meat per butcher and 7 leather. If you think each tannery building is about 3 leather, so, I think it's actually only 2.6. So that basically means I could get about 3 tanneries per butcher. So if I'm getting 6 new butchers in, I'm getting 18 tanneries in. 18 times 2 would be 36 tannery workers. You do the maths, it all adds up, and you're suddenly producing close to 1,000 wealth with all the butchers, all the tannery workers. It's just insane, and that's not even, like, that's with just 7 butchers. In Castell, if I went full with all the countrysides producing the buffalo, I'd probably have about 14, 15 butchers extra. So I really can, the sky's the limit basically, but I do want to get some more butchers, because yes, I want to build up a nice stock so that I can instantly, because what I have to do is a lot of waiting here. About 2 days of waiting. I know it doesn't sound long, but it feels long when you're on this bloody game 24/7 like I am, like a little nerd. Waiting for buffalo to tick up feels like it takes forever. It's only taken 2 days, but still. So I'd like to do it quicker in Castell by just being able to have 30 buffalo ready to go in to set up a countryside, and then just get those 30 buffalo set up in the pastures. But I do want to also do a bit more butchering here. So because it's gonna hit overnight and I'm gonna get loads of buffalo in, I do think I want to get, just for now, just 2 new butchers, because that's actually going to bring down the stocks by 2.4. So that's going to take us down to about 4.9 buffalo, which is a lot less, but hey, that's a load of, as I just said, about, that'll probably be about 5 tanneries set up. There's a lot of jobs as well when we need jobs here in Rocktown. In fact, the amount of jobs it's going to create isn't even going to bring us down by the amount of jobless we've got. So that's just how many jobs we need. So with all our shovels here in Castell, I'm going to bring over 20 shovels to Rocktown. So at least we've always got a supply of shovels here in Rocktown. In fact, I'm going to bring it over to 60. So that way I don't have to keep making multiple trips. And I don't have to keep buying off the market either. There's the 60 shovels unloaded. Got a chronicle up here. What is it saying? Dictatorship of Ymir has declared war on the chiefdom of Russia, annexing their territory. Very interesting. So there's wars, and Russia and all of them are up in the north up here, I believe. So we can't see them on the map, but we know they're up there fighting each other. What a surprise, Russia's getting attacked. Actually, no, I suppose it is a bit surprised that Russia's the one being attacked in this situation, but that's a bit controversial. So we're back in Rocktown. I'm going to get my second butcher up. These shovels that we brought over, and we'll see. So currently, we're actually at minus 15 leather. So actually, I'm wrong. I'm not able to get any more butchers up, because you can see the amount of leather we are actually about to run out. Because I was, when I started, not when I started this video, but when I was playing earlier, that was about 6 hours ago, I was actually at 130 leather. So even with us trying to buy in leather, there isn't actually any for 1.5, so we can't maintain this minus 15. So actually, these two are going to be just enough to bring us down. So I think I'll get one more butcher. So I'm actually going to use up quite a lot of these buffalo. But again, we've already got 12, and because we'll be waiting overnight, and that will be about 3.7 buffalo per tick. We use up, I think, 1 buffalo per tick in Castell. So we get about 2 buffalo per 90 minutes. And it's not obviously a full 20. I don't sleep for 24 hours, thankfully. But I sleep for about 10 hours. So even if I log on straight away when I was to wake up, that would be, what, 2 times, how many 90 minutes are there in? It'd be, what, about, I think it's 5? or 6. So we'd have about 12 new buffaloes, which would be enough that actually with 24 buffaloes, we could go and set up a countryside straight away. We'd only be able to get one pasture running, but that's still much better. Better than nothing. The one thing I have got going on here in Rocktown is just the amount of toolmakers I've got. I've got an extra 4 here, and all the flint. I'm bringing in 50 flint. 50 flint per tick. I'm bringing in 15 hammers. 8 and 8.5 hoes. I'm actually going to reduce the amount of hammers because I just don't need that many anymore. So I'll reduce the amount of hammers because we actually have a nice stock now. I'll go back to hoes because look at this, guys. This is another tech. We've got so pigmen rating. We did fail. We're going up to 80% now. It's actually only giving us a 2% success chance. Oh, that's ruthless. That's ruthless. It's only costing us 9 coins to maintain though, so I don't mind having this on if it takes us 7 days. 7 lots of the tech to get it. It takes 7 days. The coin loss isn't. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. But we have just got Ard, which gives us level 3 farms. So level 3 farms will cost shovels, but I've just shown you that we've got about 100 shovels spare in Castell. So we'll have plenty of shovels to upgrade all our farms. The problem is though, this is in Castell, not so much our countrysides, but the problem is that I running out of space in these regional centres. So in the countrysides, I would just have enough space to get the most out of those farms, but in the regional centres, I won't. So all I think I'll do is simply just use those level 3 farms to reduce the amount of workers, which is good because having less farmers, as I've said before, will help our loyalty stability, but we'll still be producing the same amount of goods in the regional centre. So in the regional centres, I'll just use them to reduce the amount of workers we've got, but in our countrysides, they will increase our food production. So that is a really, really good tech to get because we have a lot of food production in our countrysides. So we're getting these butchers up. I am going to start building some more tanneries. I'm only going to get 3 just to work with that last one we're going to get, which, yeah, because they're using up 2.8. So it produces 3. Well, it produces 7. So just would have about 2.3 tanneries around that per butcher. So not a huge amount, but hey, that's still pretty damn good. So we'll get, I think we'll just get 2 tanneries in for now. Because I don't want to run out of meat, run out of leather. That'll be really, really devastating to run out of leather. And I'm not going to buy it at any higher price, because if we buy it at any higher price, we will make a loss per leather clothes. One thing I have noticed as I've come back is because we're getting more and more people here in Rocktown, our meat demand actually has gone up. So before I had this really, really low, but now with the demand going up, and I don't understand it, right? But there's this feature in Ymir that I've noticed, which is trying to manipulate the price. That as you produce more of it, the price goes up. I do not understand that at all. It's not because supply and demand is purely based on what your merchants are supplying. It's purely on what the market has access to. So I have no clue by why building more buildings and getting more means the price goes up, but it does, which means that for every butcher you produce or build, sorry, you will need to slightly offset some of its output to the market. So for example, if we set an extra 4 off here, which is only, again, a very, very small portion of what they produce. We're building 3 new butchers and they're producing 14 each, so that's a very small loss. But now it's decreasing to 1.8. I think I'm actually going to go the full mile and go 15 because we've already hit that limit of 220 to start selling underneath. So I might as well just decrease the price as much as I can. Same with leather cloves. Leather cloves, I still make massive profits. I'm making, what is that, 0.8 profits. But I think I can drive just a tiny bit of price out of that. So I'll up it to 6. And I'm going to set these 2 buildings over here to high. You can actually see here, yes, we now are in positive. In fact, actually, no, we have just enough leather cloves, so we're going to break even. Sorry, just enough leather that we're going to break even if we with these 2 new leather cloves. So that actually worked out well. Here we go. So with, what was that? I think we only actually supplied an extra like 7 meat. But we've actually got the price going down from 2.1 to 1.4, so that is a huge saving on price. Huge saving on price. And leather cloves, we've got decreasing by 0.1. I think we can get a little bit more out of it than that. Let's try another 2. I don't want to do too much though, because I'm decreasing it by that much. We've only, that's actually a whole tannery's worth that we just lost there. But actually, that's a little bit too much. So we'll go up to 6. Actually, guys, now we actually make a little bit of leather, which is brilliant because, as I told you, I do make a loss on buying in this leather in. So I want to avoid it if possible. But look at it now. With these 5 buildings we've built, that is 42 and 45 wealth. So we're producing almost 300, probably about 250 to 260 extra wealth from these 5 buildings. Like, if we was to get more of these, like, see just another 5 buildings, we'd almost, I just can't put it to the amount of wealth we're producing is insane. So that again is going to directly reflect in our score, which you can see it's been pushed up so highly from wealth. So with that there, we produced 39. See, look, the price is actually going up. So let's go back up to 8. So we'll go back up to 8. Meat is still going down though. So we'll go back up to 8. Decrease that price. You can't decrease the price too much though, because you can see now, look how much money these workers are earning. If you drive it down too low, they actually make a loss. The amount of cost that they incur by simply buying in all the leather to how far you've driven down the price means that they actually make a loss and then they just won't produce anything. So I can't really go too much lower than what I think I'm going to. In fact, I think 1.9 might actually be too low, but we'll wait and see. For meat though, at 1.4 we're fine because look how much money they've currently got. I think going out to that price should be fine, but if it isn't, again, we'll just up the price. It's not a major issue. So for meat, we are producing almost 100 meat per tick. It's just absolutely insane. And then when you look, like we're having to lose 25 meat to oversupply the market, but still, even after that, 52 meat ready to be sold. And because I built an extra market, because I wanted to, again, just set up my prices a little bit more flexibly on the market, I'm actually going to sell at another price. So once we've got stocks, we'll say, once we've got stocks of 320 meat, so this means that if no one's buying us in at 220, we'll go to 320. If our wholesale price go down to 1.4, sorry, our price go down to 1.4, that means our wholesale price will probably be about 1.1. So we could sell at like 1.3, 1.4, but I don't think it'd be that cost effective. But I actually don't think we do. I think we just stick at 1.8 because actually, to undercut these guys on that price at the moment with the level of meat we're producing, I don't think that's actually profitable. I think staying at 1.8 is good because then at 1.8, any excess demand we can make the profits on. Because to get my price low enough to be able to undercut them, I'd have to probably supply like another 10 to the market, and I just would make like 0.2 coins. Whereas at this price of 1.8, we might actually see ourselves make like 0.7 coins per profit, 0.7 coins of profit per meat sold. So I think I'll leave it at my lowest price of 1.8 because it's still then undercutting everyone else on the market. Leather clothes are a little bit more flexible on because actually the lowest is already at what we're selling at. The lowest is carrier here at 2.5, so we could drop down to 2.4. Oh no, we do have carrier at 2.1 here, but that's ridiculously low. Like the free traders are selling at 2.2, but we could drop our prices down to try and undercut them. And in fact, we get our leather clothes at 1.9 without it bankrupting the tanneries. That means our wholesale price will be about 1.6, 1.7. We can even supply the free traders and make a good profit. So leather clothes is just brilliant. And the wealth we're going to see increase by is just huge. Yeah, guys, look how many slums we've got. We've got probably about 30 slums all just dotted around. And axes are my big limiting factor here. Well, actually, no, we've only got 2 wood. Oh, my goodness. That's what I mean. We've got no wood here. Absolutely no wood. What are we using it all on? We're making spears. See, spears here. They're using 1 wood each. Is that literally it? That is literally it. I had to sleep all my sawmills because obviously we've got so many workers that they were always running at max capacity and they were using up about 30 wood per tick to make all the planks. But I slept them about 2 days ago and it's just that there's so little wood and I've set my max order at 1.1, so we're just obviously not buying in any wood. But even then, that was the last one at 2, so the price is really, really getting expensive. So I can't actually build many houses. I'll build these 6. But I probably want to get enough wood because We're not getting any in Castell, so we have no wood left in Castell. There's none on the market, so actually, wood is now our issue to get these new houses, not axes. Oh, God, there's always some sort of issue in Ymir, but that's the fun of the game, really. Yes, this is what I wanted to show you. The prices in Rocktown. Look at these. Turnips, 10.9, selling 8. It's not like we're selling like 1 or 2 and maxing that price there. Selling 8 at 10.9. We've got our chickpeas and lettuce at the high 5s, or low 5 for lettuce, but 5.6 for chickpeas. Cloves are going up to 8.1. Pottery's at 4.8. Beer, which I actually need to siphon off because beer is really in short supply at the moment. So I'm actually going to siphon off beer to 3 supply, because again I want my taverns running. So that should drive up the price to like well, price arbitrage is absolutely shoving it down though. Really nasty. But yeah, if I can increase the price a little bit more, we just can't supply that much beer basically. And so I'd rather supply a little bit on the market for a high price than literally just run out. But yeah, that's a high price there. Apples are at 20 coins with 2 supplied. So you can just see, yeah, the prices here in Rocktown through the roof. And what? Oh, look at that! For all this extra wealth we're getting from those tanneries, they're getting 10 extra wealth per oligarch, and the officials are going up by 2 wealth each. And look at our MUV, 1.5, which means all just normal people who were just you know, doing their normal jobs, their value of the money is going up as well, so they're getting richer. And that's why the prices are so high, is because the MUV here is so high. But actually, I think it's because the oligarchs are so rich, because in Castell, and this is something I wanted to figure out, what is more important in Ymir? Is it the value of the wealth, or is it the total amount of wealth? Because for example, here in Rocktown, we've got 5 oligarchs with 83 wealth, whereas in Castell we've got 8 oligarchs with like 62 wealth. So they're both about as rich as each other, because in total they're about as rich as each other, the oligarch class is. But obviously here the individual oligarchs are richer, and I think actually it's individual wealth, because prices in Rocktown are far higher than they are in Castell. So basically you want to try and get the number as high as possible. Doesn't matter how many people are actually in that class, or at least that's what it seems like. Maybe I'm just misinterpreting why the prices are higher here in Rocktown, but I can't really think of any other reason, because actually in Rocktown it's wealthier, so it's not like sorry, in Castell it's wealthier, so I'm not sure why it would be due to that, but whatever, we'll have to find out. Our growth is good, but it seems to be running behind a little bit, so maybe we're not supplying enough lettuce or chickpeas, so we will up those supplies. So chickpeas will sell 2 more, lettuce, here it is, we'll sell 2 more. That should cover us for tomorrow. We supply everything else fine. We'll actually supply some more clothes, because like what I said before about supplying more clothes, actually no, because the price isn't actually that high, so by supplying more clothes our price will plummet quite a lot. Whereas, for example, with pottery, actually the price arbitrage is, well, we're not going to supply more pottery anyway because we've already maxed out this one, and I'm not going to build a whole new merchant stand just for 1 pottery sale. I think that's about it for this episode, guys. So in this episode, I'm about the score, some of the text we're going to get, but really still focusing on the insane amount of wealth generated by all these tannery workers and butchers. So yeah, when I record next episode, it will probably be midday tomorrow, because it's Friday night tonight. It's 1 in the morning. It's very late. Shouldn't be recording this late, but I'm a naughty boy. So tomorrow I'll probably record in the afternoon once we've got some more buffalo. So with that, I can start setting up the Castell's countrysides, and then I can absolutely go on a rampage. Because once the Castell's countrysides are set up, remember, this stock of buffalo here, I'm only maintaining so I can build more buffalo places in Castell. Once those Castellian buffalo sites are up, I can use up this buffalo stock. So I can get another set of butchers. I can get 3 more butchers to set up the buffalo stock here, and then I'll have all the extra butchers in Castell for all those buffaloes. So guys, this is just a start. The amount of tanneries you see here is just a start. We could probably get another 8 8 tanneries at least, with 3 more butchers. So yeah, things are going to be great. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving it a like. If you're enjoying the series as a whole and you're on episode, what is this, episode 25, and you haven't subscribed by now, then please subscribe. You're obviously enjoying the content if you're this far in. And yeah, if you haven't joined the Discord either, then what are you doing? Join the damn Discord. A lot of fun goes on there. But anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in episode 26. Ta-ra.